to lumberpro, where explosions happen without warning. Get ready for some of the most intense and amazing fire moments caught on camera. Unexpected, unstoppable, unforgettable. Check it out. Welcome to lumberpro channel. A large fire broke out on the vehicle, which then exploded shortly afterward. After the blast, people scattered in panic. Lightning struck two moving cars on the road, producing a terrifying explosion, with brilliant flashes tearing through the darkened sky. A car crashed on the road and suddenly caught fire. As the flames spread rapidly, bystanders rushed in, desperately trying to pry open the jammed door to rescue the victim trapped inside. Every second passed in tense, breathless urgency as smoke and fire closed in. Today, following a traffic accident, a car caught fire fiercely, with thick black smoke obscuring visibility. Firefighters quickly arrived, promptly extinguishing the flames, and are now cleaning up the scene, dealing with the aftermath of the fire. Absolutely jaw-dropping. This is large-scale industrial rock blasting in action. Precisely timed explosions detonate in sequence, shattering massive rock formations like the Earth itself is cracking open. Thunderous blasts echo as debris flies through the air, and dense clouds of dust engulf the entire area. It's controlled chaos, a raw, explosive force reshaping the landscape before your eyes. Massive explosions echoed as fire broke out at Kimki Shopping Center, Russia. Fierce flames consumed the entire area. Thick black smoke filled the sky, causing panic and total destruction. A massive fire erupted fiercely in the dead of night, thick black smoke billowing high, engulfing the entire area. Panic-stricken people were seen running chaotically in every direction, desperately trying to escape the raging flames that spread uncontrollably.
Hierdie een van hierdie plek is my pa se vriend se plek. Ja.
Wie goed jy kan bly wees ons het al geloop, nê? Nee.
Ja.
Ja, ek wou net sê kippie.
Ek neem my baadjie bring.
Ja, amper tot hier, hy mag huis.
A series of terrifying explosions ripped through the air, shaking the ground, and sending shockwaves across the area. People fled in panic, scrambling in all directions as fear spread like wildfire. Amid the thunderous blasts were desperate screams and the heart-wrenching cries of children, echoing through the thick smoke and chaos. It was a nightmare brought to life, a scene of fire, confusion, and overwhelming fear.
Kai! What the hell?
A car speeding down the road suddenly lost control, skidding violently before bursting into flames right in the middle of the lane. The fire spread rapidly, casting a fierce red glow in the darkness. The cars behind slammed on their brakes in panic, coming to an abrupt halt. The atmosphere turned chaotic and tense as everyone. A stunning yet powerful scene captures nature's fury brewing in the skies over Guatemala. Against a dark, overcast sky, bolts of lightning tear through the clouds, crashing above the mountaintops like the drums of an approaching storm. Brilliant flashes of light briefly illuminate the distant peaks, casting eerie shadows in the night. The wind begins to howl through the trees, carrying with it a chill and the scent of rain. It feels like a warning. A mighty storm is on its way, slow but certain, and nothing will stand in its path. A building in Poznan, Poland, erupted into flames after a massive explosion in the basement. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing the structure in a terrifying blaze. Thick black smoke poured into the sky, covering the neighborhood in a dark, suffocating haze. The scene quickly turned chaotic as numerous fire trucks and police vehicles arrived on site, racing to contain the fire. In the calm daylight sky, a monstrous steel beast crept forward, slow, heavy, cutting through the air with an ominous presence that drew every eye from below. Then, in an instant no one could anticipate, a deafening explosion ripped the sky apart. A massive fireball erupted, blazing violently in midair, incinerating everything within reach. Shards of metal rained down like deadly confetti, while black smoke billowed and darkened the horizon. On the ground, chaos erupted. Screams pierced the air as people scrambled in every direction, gripped by sheer terror. Some, driven by desperation or duty, rushed toward the Inferno, wielding buckets, hoses, anything they could find, in a hopeless attempt to tame the raging blaze that was swallowing the world around them. A thunderous explosion erupted in an open field, like a moment of sheer destruction unleashed upon the earth. The powerful shockwave rippled through the ground, hurling dust and debris into the air. A devastating explosion rocked an oil refining plant, causing significant damage and shaking the surrounding area. Firefighters are urgently working to contain the fierce blaze, but the flames continue to rage uncontrollably, spreading at an alarming rate. Thick, black smoke blankets the sky, obscuring visibility and creating a chaotic scene that hampers rescue efforts. Residents nearby remain fearful as the destructive fire shows no sign of being brought under control. A grain dryer in Orenburg, near the Kazakhstan border, caught fire violently. The blaze spread rapidly, causing multiple explosions and a full building collapse. Thick smoke rose as residents fled in panic. Flames erupted on an upper floor, with thick white smoke billowing into the sky. Scorched debris fell from above, adding to the danger below. Firefighters approached from multiple directions, working urgently to bring the blaze under control.
Eric, repeat that.
Aerial footage captures the terrifying moment a massive blaze erupts, spewing hundreds of fiery sparks into the air like a storm of glowing embers. A strong gust from below appears to fuel the flames, propelling them high into the sky. The entire scene is both mesmerizing and horrifying, as the Inferno engulfs the area in a sea of red-hot fire. The thunderous explosions from wartime bombings tear through the sky, unleashing terrifying scenes of fire, thick black smoke, and trembling ground. War is brutal and merciless. A massive and terrifying fire broke out, engulfing and destroying everything in its path. The flames erupted with intense fury, accompanied by thick, black smoke billowing high into the sky, blanketing the entire horizon. According to initial reports, a massive fire broke out following an explosion at an oil depot. In the dead of night, the flames roared with terrifying intensity, illuminating the entire area like daylight. Thick columns of black smoke rose high into the sky, casting an eerie shadow over the landscape. Witnesses described the blaze as extremely fierce, with heat and scale quickly spiraling out of control during the first crucial hours. A sudden accident caused the vehicle to burst into flames. In a desperate moment, a kind-hearted man tried to break the car window to rescue the trapped victim. Firefighters arrived quickly and managed to extinguish the blaze. A powerful explosion erupted, sending shockwaves through the area and destroying everything nearby. Debris flew in all directions as chaos unfolded in seconds.
A home security camera captured a massive explosion tearing everything apart.
A racing car was carefully being loaded onto a tow truck, ready to be taken for repairs after a malfunction. Suddenly, its engine catastrophically failed and exploded with a deafening blast. The explosion shook the entire area, sending bystanders into a panic as they scattered in all directions. Thick smoke and flames rose high, leaving behind a chaotic and tragic scene, especially heartbreaking because it was a powerful supercar, a symbol of speed and strength.
Near as we can tell, Charger exploded, and when it launched the turbine wheel out, it blew the elbow off of it. It went back, hit the cold side just above the air intake, which aspirated the engine. Then there was nothing stopping it, and all the shutoffs would have failed. It continued backwards, hit the breather filter, sheared that off, and shattered the windshield. It just ran away on its own oil after that. There was no way we could stop it.
I saw the driver got out pretty quickly.
A massive explosion occurred right on the street, shaking the entire area and bringing traffic to a complete standstill. Thick black smoke billowed into the sky, engulfing the surrounding area. In response, numerous police vehicles and fire trucks rushed to the scene, quickly sealing off the area and launching rescue and firefighting operations. The atmosphere turned tense and chaotic, leaving nearby residents in a state of shock and fear. This is the full video capturing the intense fire, followed by a terrifying explosion. The scene is truly harrowing, raging flames, thick smoke, and dust blanket the entire area, plunging it into chaos and panic. A massive explosion has just occurred, triggering a devastating blaze that has caused numerous casualties and sent shockwaves through the area. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing everything in a raging inferno. Towering plumes of thick black smoke are rising hundreds of meters into the air, choking the skies and drastically reducing visibility. Amid the chaos, firefighters are risking their lives, attacking the flames from multiple angles with high-powered water cannons. Sirens wail, screams echo, and the roar of fire fills the air, a harrowing scene reminiscent of a battlefield. The terrifying explosion shattered everything in an instant. The powerful blast force hurled debris high into the air, filling the sky with thick dust and smoke. The damage is extensive and still unaccounted for, leaving behind a scene of devastation and chaos. Thick plumes of smoke rise relentlessly from the heart of the fire, rolling like ghostly white waves that stretch across the sky. The air grows heavy. Visibility fades as the dense smoke blots out the sunlight. The scene is blanketed in tension and dread, a haunting reminder of the fire's destructive power. Even as the fire subsides, faint flashes continue to erupt from within, small, crackling bursts like leftover fireworks in the aftermath. These lingering sparks are strange and unsettling, a subtle warning that the danger may not yet be over. Thick black smoke billowed high into the sky, carried by strong winds for over 100 meters, blanketing a vast area. The scene was both suffocating and haunting, reflecting the sheer intensity of the blaze. At first, it seemed like just an ordinary fire, but suddenly, a massive explosion erupted, causing the flames to surge and spread rapidly. Panic swept through the scene as people scrambled to back away in fear. The terrifying blast left behind devastation in a matter of seconds. It appears this was an explosion caused by a severe accident. The deafening blast sent shockwaves through the neighborhood, triggering a wave of panic as people fled in terror. Thick white smoke billowed upward, forming a towering plume that pierced the sky, evidence that the explosion was anything but minor. Even from a distance, the scene resembled a battlefield erupting in the midst of the city.
No sé, pegó con las otras personas. Mi auto está ahí. Mi auto estaba ahí. Sí. Y todo lo de la bodega. Y mi computador. Y todo lo que trasladamos no se oye.
The vehicle, due to an unexpected malfunction, caught fire and suddenly exploded, causing the flames to surge violently. As a result, the car was severely damaged and almost completely burned to ashes. A small flame sparked a big explosion, but luckily, no damage occurred. Before us, a chain of explosions erupts in rapid succession, each blast thundering through the air with terrifying force. In an instant, everything nearby is obliterated. Debris flies in all directions, the ground trembles beneath the impact. Thick smoke and dust rise into the sky, blanketing the area in a choking haze, turning the scene into a wasteland of destruction and disbelief. The fire broke out after a violent collision between two vehicles on the road. Flames quickly erupted, and thick black smoke filled the air, completely obscuring visibility in the area. Firefighters arrived promptly at the scene and began extinguishing the blaze immediately to prevent the situation from escalating further. The scene was chaotic and alarming for everyone nearby. A sudden fire broke out in the middle of the street, engulfing several supermarket stalls in intense flames. Thick black smoke filled the air, making visibility difficult. Police and firefighters arrived quickly, but the blaze remained hard to control.
If those PDs are going to be in trouble as far as that real war goes, okay? Command to all units, I want everybody off the sidewalk on both the 1 and 4 side of the building. Operate from the curb. Everybody off the sidewalk. President, be sure for the charge that one.
A blinding flash of fire erupted fiercely, followed by a towering plume of thick gray smoke spiraling straight into the sky, spreading rapidly like a raging storm, swallowing the entire night sky whole. Debris scattered wildly, flashing lights flickering like lightning in the darkness, creating a scene both hauntingly beautiful and terrifying. The roar of the explosion echoed relentlessly in their ears, making hearts race, while the atmosphere thickened with tension and dread. Large explosions followed the Israeli airstrike targeting the Houthis. A terrifying explosion erupts without warning, unleashing a powerful shockwave that sends everything around it flying into the air. The deafening blast echoes like thunder, shaking the ground as debris is hurled in all directions. Thick clouds of dust and smoke rise rapidly, engulfing the area in an impenetrable haze, rendering the scene almost unrecognizable. Many feared fatalities as the explosion shook everything around. Cars burst into flames, the fire spreading rapidly, causing panic and sending people fleeing in chaos to escape the scene. Despite the ongoing explosions, firefighters continue battling the blaze engulfing a parked vehicle. Every second counts as they work tirelessly to prevent the flames from spreading to nearby cars, racing to stop a much larger disaster. It was a dramatic day at the grain dryer facility. A serious incident triggered a fire that broke out on the roof of the dryer, sending flames shooting into the air. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported, but significant damage to the plant is unavoidable. As of now, the fire continues to smolder, with thick smoke still rising while emergency crews work to contain the situation.
Jason, swing left!
Something suddenly exploded with immense force, shattering everything around it in an instant. The deafening blast tore through the air, sending debris flying in all directions and...
Something just exploded down the road from my place, my house. Just walking my dogs. There was like a really huge bang or explosion, and it's coming from where I guess there were homeless people living in the woods there. I think something, I don't know where it is, but there were homeless people living somewhere in those woods there. really big, loud bang. And black smoke is never good. Holy shit.
The fire was captured from afar by a curious bystander. Although the flames are not visible, thick black smoke can be seen rising steadily into the sky, a clear sign of the fire's intensity. Fire engines raced to the scene with sirens blaring, underscoring that this is no ordinary blaze, but a serious and escalating emergency.
See the flames over the... Oh my god, something in there is really on fire. So the flames are coming out like right through there, which means the trees... In the back. I mean, they've got like SUVs here, they don't have any of the fire trucks here yet. Jesus Christ. Okay, they're trying to get the fire truck in there. Of course, they fenced that whole area off. Holy, it smells awful. Oh, there's one. Deal with the fire. There's a lot of crackling happening too. Something definitely exploded.
According to reports, a massive fire and explosion erupted at an oil factory in Chennai. The blaze raged uncontrollably, sending thick black smoke billowing into the sky and blanketing the entire area. The scale of the fire was so overwhelming that extinguishing it quickly The explosion was captured from multiple angles, each frame delivering a thunderous blow. The sheer destructive force rippled fiercely, and even from a considerable distance, the shockwave was powerful enough to topple everything in its path, smashing obstacles like an unstoppable tempest.